Welcome to episode 31 of The Cancer Goddess. And here I am still at the Berkshire Yoga Festival because there are so many amazing yogis and I was just in heaven interviewing all of them. And this one is with Matthew Giordano. That's his yogic name. He's a master yoga teacher and has also a thriving business called Chromatic Yoga. He's also a musician. So he's a Renaissance man and he integrates his music into the yoga classes, especially during times like Shavasana. And it's beautiful music, usually with a guitar. He's got an incredible voice. I met him at the Yoga Reaches Out event, which raised money for the Boston Children's Hospital. I was enamored by his music. He did a rendition of Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah, and it was incredible. So stay tuned for this interview, and if you love his music, please find him on Spotify, Apple Music. He's a really talented yogi and musician at the same time. I just don't want to miss you tonight, and I don't want the world to see, so I don't think you could understand. Everything's made to be broken, oh, I want you to know who I am.
And then what I'm going to suggest is, can you think of this? Imagine the hand is at the center of your back. Press your center of your back forward. Okay, exaggerate it. Now, lift up as high as you can. Sometimes I tap my heart like this. And I go up, up, up. You'd be surprised that even though you're thinking something, it doesn't necessarily happen. So you gotta kind of touch yourself a little bit and be like, hey, this is what we want to do. This is where I'm trying to go. So go up, up, up. Now reach the hands up. And try this, ready? Reach your right hand up like you're climbing a mountain and the next rock is just a little too high.
All right. So just introduce yourself for the people out there.
What's up, the people out there? My name is Matt, Matt Giordano in the yoga world and Matthew Dillon in the music world.
You're like a Renaissance man. It's amazing. Yeah, and you're an incredible teacher. And how did you become that way? You know, Mr. Yoga Man.
Well, I started off at Hofstra University in Long Island and became a music major. Oh my God. Scared.
Who's that guy? Oh my God. So rude. He's only the founder of the Berkshire Yoga Festival. That's all.
Well, my mom and dad met way back when, and then they made me, and then I came out this way. I don't know.
Where were you raised?
Long Island. So,
okay.
And I've always been a person of passion, I guess. I just like to do things
were you a rebel
that make me
in
happy.
School and stuff?
I don't know if I was called a rebel. I was just a slacker, maybe was a better way. I wasn't quite the smart kid.
Were you the guy playing hacky sack on the?
I definitely was playing hacky sack.
I nailed it.
It's pretty
accurate. Hacky sack dude. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You just. What else you got for me? Read me. Hacky sack.
And then what happened? Where'd you go to college? And how did you become on this path? Mr. Yoga Man.
Well, I started off at Hofstra University in Long Island and became a music major. Oh my God. Scared.
Who's that guy? Oh my God. So rude. He's only the founder of the Berkshire Yoga Festival. That's all. Okay. So Hofstra.
Somebody's playing my song over there.
Oh,
whoever.
Right,
thank you.
Follow him on Instagram. Tell him your Instagram.
So my yoga Instagram is the Yogi Matt, and then Chromatic Yoga is the brand.
Yeah.
And then my music is Matthew Dillon Music.
And you're on Spotify?
Of course.
Yeah.
Matthew Dillon.
Right. Okay, so then you went to university, and then how did you navigate into this whole yoga
Well, I
world?
became a music major, went to music school, and in music school I read a book called Effortless Mastery that taught me about meditation. So I started meditating and learning to, or trying to find a sense of self, and I think I got really caught up in the music world in not a good way. Stopped becoming about the passion.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll?
Nope.
No.
Rock and roll for sure.
Oh. I got caught up in the other stuff.
Well, some people do.
Yeah.
But anyway, that led me to yoga because I was struggling with meditation. So I was looking for another way, and yoga presented itself essentially. And I started going that direction, and I felt better, and I realized I needed to just kind of go off in that direction for a while.
Oh, wow. And so how did you evolve to become a teacher? Because that's, you talked about, the student and the teacher. We learn from ourselves and our teachers. And how did you become the teacher that you are today? And who were your influences along the way? That rhymes.
A lot of influences. But essentially, I started teaching yoga because my friends wanted to practice and they didn't want to go to a yoga studio. So I was kind of just, in a way, invited to teach. So I said, sure, I can teach you. And it started like that. And then eventually I realized I loved it. So then I got, what are you looking for?
Oh, I wanted to look at your nipple. No, I'm just kidding. I wanted to just look at the mic to make sure it was on.
Oh,
sorry.
Got it.
I'm kind of fastidious about that. Okay, because this is a really good interview.
Where was I? Anyway, so I started teaching yoga, found out that I loved it, and then as a result, really wanted to share of it more. And so I eventually got certified. And
how old were you when you got certified?
I want to say I was 24 when I got certified.
Yeah.
Something like this. Which was about a year after I started teaching. I was teaching uncertified.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, okay. Don't tell yoga lines. They don't need to know.
And then I studied with Jill Miller, who's here at this festival. She's been a huge influence on my teaching. So you asked about my influences. I studied Anusara yoga. I studied anatomy with a lot of different teachers. My teacher Marco Rojas from Manhattan was a big influence. He was like a mentor for me for many years and helped me to guide me in the beginning of my career. A lot of great teachers along the way.
So you were in Manhattan teaching, and then you had an exodus.
Well,
of sorts.
I never wanted to be in Manhattan. I was always.
I don't think anybody ever wants to.
Yeah, but that was where the yoga was, so I followed it.
Really, I don't know about that, but yeah.
Well, that's where it was at the time.
Yeah.
There wasn't much yoga on Long Island for me to teach or practice, so
right. Okay.
So I had to be somewhere where I can share the practice, and that was New York.
I get it. The big city. Yeah. And then how did you make your way into? You're in Connecticut now, and
I started teaching.
And you started Chromatic Yoga.
Yep. And I started teaching workshops and trainings and things like this, and that led me to travel around and do festivals like Wanderlust Festival was for many years, and then as I was doing festivals, people started asking me, inviting me to their studios, so I started travel teaching and decided I preferred to do that than stay in Manhattan, which wasn't.
Yeah. Okay. I just don't want to be bitten by another wasp. Sorry.
That's just a flag.
Okay.
No wasp there.
Okay, because look, see that? Bam! Look at that.
Look at that! Wow.
I got stung by a wasp right before this interview. It just wanted to wake me up. I'm on my 5th day of a water fast, so.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Anyway, and then let's talk about the integration of music, because that's what makes you really unique. And I just don't see any teachers like you who can command an audience of attention for yoga and compartmentalize that also to music, so we can enjoy music and also your music, not somebody you just press play, but you can play and teach at the same time, which is a real art. You really have to learn that art. So tell us about how you developed it and your musicianship.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I think they're kind of one and the same in many ways, because music is kind of the captivation of attention and then takes you on an emotional journey. And it's a full body experience for most people. And yoga is the same way. It's like working as a teacher, you're kind of taking the energy of the room and transforming it and pulling people through in a way that is like an orchestra. You're kind of I'm not exactly sure how to put it in words, but it's like an alchemist sort of thing, and they're both the same energy. As far as performing music and teaching yoga, they both have something similar. Obviously, there's different intentions for each, but nonetheless, you've been to a concert, it can feel like a yoga
Is
experience.
there anybody else like you out there?
Plenty of people like me out
Really?
there.
I
Probably
don't know
not
them.
with this size eyebrows, but
He's funny too. So I guess my last question is like, what's your vision for yourself and for your chromatic yoga? Like, what are you manifesting for the next chapter?
well, we're building chromatic yoga in a big way, and we're been expanding it globally the past
What does
couple
that mean,
years.
chromatic? That's very
Chromatic comes from
ambiguous.
music, and it's actually not ambiguous at all. So it's like,
well, I'm just saying maybe for some people they don't know what that refers to. Exactly.
For sure. Well, the chromatic comes from the music scale, which is very small steps.
Right.
So the idea.
That's beautiful. Oh.
Yeah. So what we do in yoga is we take that idea of a chromatic scale, the small steps, and we help you build an understanding of your body through small integrated steps.
That's so lovely. I feel like you should have a guitar thing on the logo, so it makes sense. I see the chromatic.
Yeah, maybe.
Like a guitar, whatever. Sorry, bad idea.
Not all of our teachers are musicians, so.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, no, I know, but it's still the name of your company, you know?
Yeah, but then people would think it's a music company.
It's a
or a guitar company.
That's right. Okay, and I just want to say, I met you at Yoga Reaches Out. You remember that?
Yep.
And you played Jeff Buckley's song, and it was so beautiful. It was, what song was that?
Yeah, it's a song by Leonard Cohen called.
Oh no!
Hallelujah.
Sorry, I thought it was. Oh right.
Jeff Buckley covers it, which is the
I should know
version
better than
that
I
covered.
Yes. I'm so sorry. I know that Leonard Cohen.
I just wanted to give him respect.
I know. I love Leonard Cohen,
but I did Jeff Buckley's version. That's correct.
Oh, okay. You did Jeff Buckley's version. Okay,
yes.
So I mean, what song really deepens your heart, like connects you?
What song?
Yeah, like what?
Just one song?
What? Just name some songs that you really love to play for your yoga audience.
For my yoga audience. Well, these are all different questions. Okay. Well, what do I love to play for my yoga audience? Certainly Hallelujah. I don't know, it gets everybody in a so beautiful way.
So magical.
For some reason, a lot of people seem to resonate with the song Fix You by Coldplay. So I play that often for folks because it seems to ignite a certain emotional response that people love. So I provide that oftentimes, which I'll do, I'm sure, at this festival.
Yeah.
But it depends. It depends on who's in front of me and what the energy of the class was. And
the last question I'm going to ask is, how do you integrate your humor so effortlessly? Because I think that's an issue with a lot of yoga teachers out there. They're so connected to just a structure and a format, and they cannot show their personality. But that is true teaching, when you can really connect with your practitioners on a deeper level where they feel like they get to know you, and you have that very personal effect. Andrew has. You
have a lot of good questions that I don't really have great answers to. I don't really think about my humor so much. It's just I am looking at the energy of the room, and I try to provide what I feel is required.
The answer is it's just natural. It just,
I guess
some people got it, some people don't. That's all.
Maybe I think I'm just responding to what's happening in the room. So if I feel
you're mindful,
like
it's called mindfulness.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
You're mindful. You're a mindful dude. Well, thank you for having this interview with me. And I look forward to seeing you again. I don't know where, but eventually somewhere. Thank you.
We'll see you soon. Just watch her go through. Part 1. Part 2 is the softness. Part 3 is the expansion. And as she expands, you see her feet just naturally widen. That's where they want to go. Can you show the toes tucked and reach your heels back for a second? So in this part here, I like to tuck the toes and reach the heels back. That pulls the pubic bone back a little bit, stretching the lower abdominals. And then I like to go into it from there. Good. And then walk your hands back just a bit more. Yeah, you can house those hamstrings. Feeling good?
Waking up.
And then lift your chest up, belly up, ribs up. Yes. There we go. Whee! Okay, come on out. Awesome.
Thank you for listening to episode 31 at the Berkshire Yoga Festival with Matthew Giordano, or Matthew Dillon if you are interested in his music. And don't forget to subscribe. that helps the nonprofit organization that I started called Breast Cancer Goddess. And it helps lighten the world with all these amazing interviews that you are experiencing. And thank you to the Berkshire Yoga Festival for bringing such a light to our lives.